Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be taking old shirts and sweatshirts that I don't wear anymore but still want to keep, and I'm going to cut them up and turn them into a blanket. And I'm guesstimating that this blanket is going to be pretty big, and I'm going to have shirts on the front and back, and I have probably 30 or 40 shirts that I want to use that have just been junking up my closet, so let's get started. So first I'm just starting off with a piece of scrap cardboard, and I am marking off how big I want my square to be, and I'm doing 13 by 13 because I want the squares to be 12 by 12 after I sew them, so I'm giving them a little bit of extra room for sewing and like cutting and stuff. If like something goes wrong, I'll still have some room on each side. And now I'm just cutting it out, and I decided to use my pocket knife to do this because the cardboard was very tough. This is the cardboard from a bolt of fabric, so that's why it's kind of bumpy like that, but yeah. So after I got done cutting that out, I just used a Sharpie to trace the line where I wanted to cut it. Later on, I ended up using pastels or chalk, anything like that, because that will wash out a lot easier than a Sharpie. And then I'm just putting the square where most of the design is and cutting that out. And you can see here that I'm cutting out extra pieces and pinning them there. Some of my shirts have like my name or my nickname on the back of them, and I also wanted that to be part of that, so later on I will hand sew that onto the shirts so that they can be part of this project. So yeah, all of these shirts are just like, maybe there's some that I made like this one or from dances, just like random shirts that I don't really wear anymore but I still like and want to keep, so this way I don't take up as much space. And yeah, so this is totally optional, you don't have to do this, but that white sheet of fabric adhesive stuff is, yeah, adhesive like I just said, but you iron it on and it will make some of the thinner shirts stronger and not as stretchy. They like barely stretch after you put this on them, so if you have thin shirts, like I said before, it will help. So yeah, basically that just helps them not stretch while you're sewing or laying them out or anything, and it makes the fabric a lot sturdier. Now I have trimmed that extra fabric off of the vinyl and fabric pieces that were on the back of my shirt, and I'm just using like cross stitching string or any type of like craft string that you have. I just wanted it to look like more homey and like, I guess, rough. I wanted it to be very obvious that they were sewn on, that's why I didn't use my sewing machine, and I just hand stitched them in the closest possible string color that I could find to the design on there. I have like a whole bunch of different colors, so yeah, but you can skip this step and just sew it with the closest color of the fabric on your sewing machine, or just not do this at all. But yeah, we have like family vacation shirts and the shirt that my mom made me that had stuff on the back, and I wanted to include that in my blanket, so that's why I'm doing this. Yeah, and if your string gets like short, you can just tie it off, cut it, make another one. I do suggest using a little bit of flame to help secure the knots, because if they come loose, then it's going to be kind of hard to sew them back together once the blanket is all ready. Yeah, so then after this was done, I just tied it off and did some other ones. You can see I just used some fire. But yeah, I'm showing you another one since that one was kind of rough, and this was just a motorcycle race shirt that my dad got me. Yeah, So now I'm going to kind of explain what to do because I skipped some steps at the end because they're pretty self-explanatory. But basically, once all of the strips are together, which I will show you in a second, once all of them are together, you're basically just going to repeat the same steps, but with strips instead of squares, and you're going to lay them good side face down and sew one side. And then you're going to keep doing that until all of them are sewn together. And then you're going to, since I have a back and a front, which you are watching me lay out right now, you're going to lay the back and the front huge squares made out of all of the pieces. You're going to lay them good side to good side and then sew 3 out of the 4 edges together, turn it inside out, fold the 4th side in, and then sew that. So it looks like it's not like, so all of the edges are nice and clean. And right now, like I said, you are watching me lay out where I want my shirts to go, and I was trying to make most of them go together. So if like I had a front and a back to a shirt, like in this the bowling shirt, the black one right in the front, it had a front and a back to it, so I wanted them to go together. And so you're going to want to put them on opposite sides, because once you put the good side to good side after the shirt is completely done, or once the blanket is completely done, then they will be on the same side. So I kind of did it wrong, but it's fine because I already sewed them all together. But what you're going to do is, like I said, put the square design to design, and then you're going to sew the edge like I'm doing right now, so that when you unfold it, it's going to have a clean edge. And you're going to do this for each one, and then make strips of fabric, and then, like I explained before, put the strips together and sew them. And I didn't really show that because I think it's pretty self-explanatory and easy to figure it out, because you're basically repeating the same steps but going small, big to even bigger. And then after you sew it straight down, it's going to look like this. Yes, mine is upside down because I don't like putting fabric in the inside of the like hallway of the sewing machine. And then I just sewed each of the sides, and then after the sides were done, I had to fix my sewing machine and finish, obviously. After the sides were done, I just went back in and trimmed all of the thingies, all of the sides, so that there wouldn't be like huge chunks of extra fabric on the inside of the blanket and make it bulkier than it needed to be. Yeah, so here's me trimming it. I hope you guys like this video, and now we're moving to the floor. Oh my gosh. Please leave a like and a comment if you liked it. If you didn't like it, maybe some suggestions. Subscribe if you wanna, and I will put a picture of the finished product, maybe a video since it's two-sided. But yeah, okay, bye.